What's up? My name is Eric Butler. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back, and from NBC News, YouTube demonetizes Candace Owens' anti-trans videos, says misgendering may fall under hateful conduct policy. So here they are, celebrating the fact that money is being taken away from somebody they don't agree with, even though she's a black woman and I've been told she can do no wrong. You really should be praising her and worshiping the ground that she walks on. But for some reason, they're not doing that. YouTube is trying to navigate conservative pundits' increasing focus on LGBTQ people. So why are they framing it as though conservatives live off in a faraway galaxy and they need to be studied, right? They're trying to navigate the weird conservative pundits' focus on LGBT, BBQ, CIA, whatever it is, people. No, they are. And this is a term that the left, the establishment, would typically use, reactionary. They are reacting to the weirdo agenda that is being pushed on children and, quite frankly, a lot of adults, right? They're being brainwashed too. That's why you see on TikTok and Instagram parents who are, sacrificing their children to the demons of the gender ideologues, the gender ideology. And it's just so strange that in any other situation, like Lizzo, for instance, she is a queen, must be praised, but Candace Owens, we don't like her, right? She's basically the same as a white supremacist. It's all absolute nonsense. They say, YouTube said that it demonetized several videos on conservative pundit Candace Owens' channel for violating its monetization policies on hateful and derogatory content, which the company said may apply to instances of misgendering and dead naming. Of course, just two random words and rules that they made up to force you to capitulate to their weirdo ideology, even though naturally none of it makes sense. So we create this term, we create this rule. You know what it's really similar to is the Proud Boys. The media has taken this thing and turned it, so just saying the phrase Proud Boys is very scary, and nobody really knows what they're all about. Nobody really knows what they do or what it means, but they have figured out a way to make you feel like just saying that word is enough to, it's anger. Oh, they're angry, they're mean, they're scary. So when you equate something to the Proud Boys, it's automatically the, persona non grata, as some might say. YouTube does not publicly list any policy on misgendering, but said in a statement that it considers deliberate misgendering as potentially violative of its monetization policy. So, and this, of course, is NBC, doing the wink and the gun, nodding to YouTube, saying like, hey, you guys maybe want to do something about this policy, right? And of course, they just made headlines for saying that you can now ask questions about the election. That wasn't okay a year ago, but now we're going to allow you to ask questions that we didn't like before. We're also noticing that some of the notices, at least on Instagram, aren't showing up when you use the V word for the forced pharmaceutical, but that, of course, is a different topic, and I digress. On the Candace Owens podcast channel Monday, Owens said YouTube gave her an option to delete every video that I've ever done pertaining to gender in which I have accurately gendered someone, referring to instances. Now, keep in mind, these are the very same people that want you to believe that a man can get pregnant. And if you even question that, you will be demonetized. Now, luckily enough for me, I'm not monetized on YouTube just yet. But as soon as it happens, I will surely get demonetized, just like I did on Instagram, which you should follow. But again, different story. Referring to instances in which she used pronouns not preferred by trans individuals. Now, I don't understand why these people get to choose their pronouns. Do I get to choose my adjectives? Like the great Matt Walsh once said, right? Whenever you refer to me, you must refer to me as handsome and brilliant because those are my adjectives. It doesn't make any sense. Videos in which Owens misgendered individuals were considered, quote, hateful conduct. Again, hate speech, assault rifle, these are things that they just make up so they can wield more power over people and force them to capitulate. And they're so good at creating these euphemisms, creating these words, creating these rules, and people abide by them, right? And maybe the reason why YouTube is now allowing election denial, as they might say, when it's really just asking questions, is because a platform like Rumble or Twitter, even at this particular point in time, might be making some headway, might be taking a little bit of their market share. That's why Twitter's doing the long form stuff. And that's why Rumble, they're following the law. You can't threaten somebody because that's against the law. But YouTube and these other big tech platforms, Twitter not so much anymore, I suppose, they make their own rules that are given to them by the political regime and the weirdo leftists that work there, right? And then we're not even left, right, whatever, these weirdo establishment hacks that force you to capitulate to a delusion that they have created. And as far as I'm concerned, the term woke, and this is something that I'd like to look into a little bit further, as everybody's talking about and has been for a couple of years now, but nobody really knows what woke means. And as far as I'm concerned, it's just a complete detachment from reality. But again, I digress. According to Owens in a segment in the episode title, I have an announcement to make. Okay, moving on. Owens' YouTube censorship claims come amid the ongoing cultural debate on free speech and anti-trans content published by conservative media online. Right? Anti-trans just means reality. While YouTube said it did not remove Owens, see, and there they go again, right? Do you want to maybe make a policy that would get rid of this? Do you want to maybe remove these videos? Nod, nod, wink, wink. You know what I mean? This is clearly what NBC is doing. While it didn't remove the videos, it probably should. Michael Ackerman, I don't know, doesn't matter. A Google spokesperson said that the company blocked ads on several videos on Candace's channel for violating monetization policies, including those against hateful and derogatory content, right? And we saw up in the headline that they are trying to navigate the conservative pundits' increasing focus on LGBT. Now, do you think for one split second that conservatives would be focused on LGBT if they weren't trying to completely demolish reality and force weirdo ideology and sexuality on children? Do you think they would be doing that? Honest question. I don't. It is, as they like to say, completely reactionary, right? You started this. Under its guidelines on hateful and derogatory content, YouTube may prohibit advertisements from running on a video that, quote, promotes discrimination. That nobody's doing that. They're just telling you the truth, and the truth is not welcome in the world of the weirdo establishment and big tech shills. Promotes discrimination, disparages, or humiliates an individual or group of people. Ackerman, I don't know, noted this includes disparagement of the LGBTQ community, right? Meanwhile, it's Pride Month, and these guys have free reign to do whatever they want, right? We all saw the viral clip of Family Guy of the weirdo, dude dressed up like a woman. This is a cartoon, of course, watching inappropriate material at a bar, and then he says, well, I'm transgender. I'm like, oh, okay, well, do whatever you want then, right? They're mad because somebody might hold a belief different from them. They have the free will, according to them, to push all of their beliefs on you. But as soon as you have a Bible or you wear a cross or you say, you know what, it's against my religion, then you're the bad guy. And we can all see it. You can look at the comments on Instagram. You can look at the comments on YouTube. Everybody sees it, but they still push it because we are in the throes of what some might call the culture war. I would quite literally say it's a civil war. You can see the political regime, the establishment has weaponized the FBI. They have weaponized the DOJ. They want nothing more than to eliminate their political opponents through, by any means necessary, really. Lawfare, you can throw them in jail for some made-up charge, and they make up rules on social media to do the exact same thing. And I saw this firsthand when I was arrested protesting the lockdown before anybody knew the name George Floyd, and then you were immediately allowed to protest. But again, different video, different topic. We can do a different video too. Previously, YouTube has stated that misgendering is not part of its community guidelines, because they would immediately alienate a lot of YouTubers, right? They pretend that the people who live in reality are in the fringe minority, but they're just not. And we all know this. That's why they got rid of the dislike button, which dictate what videos can and can't be fully removed. this guy's statements clarifies, however, that misgendering is a consideration when it comes to the company's decision around monetization of videos. So they're going to leave it up because they want the views, they want the clicks, they don't want to really have loads of people go over to Rumble, but we're not going to give you money. And we still are going to run ads on it, right? You can see videos all over Matt Walsh. I don't know, don't quote me on this, but they claim to have demonetized it, but they still run ads on it. They still run ads in the middle. So where's that money going? Definitely not to Walsh or the Daily Wire. Misgendering individuals can be used as a tool to harass transgender people. Again, it's just so bizarre that they really want you to take it seriously that some weirdo is claiming that he's a woman and you're just supposed to buy it, hold that, wear that. But if you have an idea, you can't speak out on that. It's just so plainly obvious. I don't know how anybody can't see through it unless they've been completely brainwashed, because that has been successful. Misgendering individuals can be used as a tool to harass. So used as a tool, but they don't want to talk about the, abortion extremists who firebomb buildings. They don't want to talk about the transgender people that assault journalists on the street. They don't want to talk about any of that. They want to talk about how it could be used to do something, right? It's this, what is it? I forget what it's called. Is it, don't quote me, I can't remember it, but it's basically when you commit these crimes, you do something bad and then blame it on your opponent. Somebody's got to remember what that theory is called. I'm not going to Google it right now, but you do the bad thing and you frame your opponent and say they're the ones that did it. It's very simple. And it's the fault lines that have opened in an online culture war that some conservatives like Candace Owens are pursuing against the LGBTQ community. And let's keep in mind, there are regular gay people out there who do not subscribe to this weirdo cult. Owens told viewers Monday that they might have noticed videos missing since last Friday, but she did not specify which channel the videos were removed from or how many videos were taken down. Despite her claims that YouTube was censoring her videos, many videos in which she debates trans rights and gender identity remain among more than 1,200 videos on her podcast YouTube channel with 1.67 million subscribers. Some of these videos tagged with hashtags such as pronouns, trans, okay, whatever. If one of these gender ideologue activists uses those hashtags, it's not a problem. This is ridiculous. In a video released in August 2021 on YouTube, in which Owens responds to trans activist Serena Daniari, she said the, quote, trans movement represents a caricature of what it means to be a woman. Absolute facts. A video published April 2022 involves Owens reacting to new gender pronouns, while in a different episode released that month, Owens said a mother of a transgender son, quote, mutilated your once perfectly healthy growing son over the feeling that he had. Absolute facts. That's what they're doing. A video in which, and for the record, everybody knows this, right? It's only the establishment that keeps on pushing it. Not everybody, a handful of weirdos wrap themselves in a pride or a trans flag and they go out there and scream stuff, but they will never back up their opinions. They will never back up their talking points. They will just shut you down, right? Or take your money away and claim that you are a bigot. But it's not real. That's why they shut the comments off. That's why they shut down the dislike button, because everybody can see right through it. A video in which Owens singles out a non-binary child, not real, that was posted to YouTube on May 31st ahead of Pride Month in June is still up. Oh, and here's NBC again nodding and winking saying, well, why don't you get rid of this stuff? Why don't you get rid of this stuff? We don't like it. Because that non-binary, anybody, really? Really? You want to pretend to be a Ken doll and we're supposed to believe you? Fine, you can do it. Nobody is telling you to stop doing it. Well, some people are telling you to stop doing it, and you probably should because it's completely unhealthy. But we just don't want to participate in the delusion. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. It's hot in here. Got to turn the AC on.